All right, we're going live, son.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
All right. Let me get this. Send this out on social media real quick. This computer just doesn't want to do anything quickly. What up, Amp Nation? It's your boys, and we just finished doing the HWIW tournament. We'll talk about it here in a little bit after I share this on social media. Give people a chance to log in here. Come on, computer. Somebody just hit me again.
What's that? Still September? Oh, that's next Sunday.
Yeah. Oh.
That applies to all groups, I guess?
Yes. Except for the ones I own. I wonder if this guy is, because the only group that I posted to this morning or when we were doing the live thing was the gorilla position. You know, Ryan K. Bowman or Michael Melkor didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is getting in a bunch of haters out there, bro. But you will get yours coming up.
We got the Mikey Goes Mental
Look,
segment.
I can't even post the one that I own. Zuck, you got to get a hold on your platform here, bro.
Yeah, Zuck. Zuck the cook.
All right. This may screw up our voting. All right, dadgummit.
Try posting the link. Well, I was about to say try posting the link from your Facebook page, the Mike Oleander Facebook page, but I don't know if you want to do that or not.
It probably won't let me. It wouldn't let me put it in the AMP Pro Wrestling Talk group. All right. All right. You ready, Pat?
Yep, ready.
All right. Check, check, check.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check.
Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right, here we go.
Shut the door.
No, I don't think so. In 3, 2, 1. And welcome to episode 45. I must have to get that one out. Let me start that one again. Plus, I said it with an A. And welcome to episode 45 of the Average Marks Pro Wrestling Podcast. We are broadcasting live from the Collar and Elbow Studios. And speaking of that, we have our product of the week. It is the Collar and Elbow Ouija shirt. You seen this one before, Patrick?
Nope, I'm seeing it for the first time right now.
Yeah, looks pretty good.
Yeah, so does the girl wearing it.
I may have to get one, and you can too. Right now, it is on sale, and on top of the sale price, you can get 10% off with our special code, The Average Mark. So check us out on thegorillaposition.com or go straight to collarandelbowbrand.com. Pick out any shirt you like, put in our code at checkout, The Average Marks, and you save 10% on checkout.
Absolutely. For today's episode, Average Marks number 44, September 23rd, 2018. We're going to talk about our AMP Hottest Woman Tournament that is currently in progress. We'll kind of give you what's going on there for those of you who may not know what's going on. Also, the Hell in a Cell Scorecard Battle Recap. We were victorious over a PW Scorecard, so we'll talk about that. Also, review Hell in a Cell as well. And then talk about an interesting new pairing on Monday Night Raw between Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. Also, Wednesday night on NXT, an amazing matchup. Pete Dunne versus Ricochet, title for title happened. We'll talk about what happened and what transpired on NXT Wednesday night. And I think this is our first Mikey Goes Mental segment.
Yeah, and I got something for you, big boy.
So Mikey's going to go mental. It's kind of like Ryan's Rant used to be, but now is Mikey Goes Mental. And we got a few things in rumor mill. Possible return for AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss's injury, and then the status of EC3's return. All that on the Average Marks episode number 45, September 23rd, 2018.
That's right. Check us out online. It's your central hub, AverageMarks.com. You can find out where you can listen to us. But essentially, if you're consuming podcasts there, your boys are there. If you're on iTunes, make sure you are leaving a comment and leaving a rating whenever you finish our episode. That's going to get us stuck in their algorithm, get us suggested to other pro wrestling fans, as well as when you subscribe. So we would appreciate your help on iTunes there. Also, if you want to help support your boys, you can do it as little as $1 a month. You can listen to us live and uncut on our Discord server, like you would have been able to hear us doing the Hottest Woman in Wrestling tournament live.
Yep.
So $1 a month, but of course you can do more if you'd like. You can check us out on patreon.com/theaveragemarks. But like I said, everything you need to know about the show, every link possible that you need to know about is at AverageMarks.com.
Yeah, so let's dive into our first topic. We were talking about our AMP Hottest Woman Tournament here. Basically, for those of you who may not be familiar with what we're doing here, we made a tournament bracket, randomized 64 of the hottest women in pro wrestling between WWE, Ring of Honor, Impact, the NXT, the Performance Center, and all that. And we did the first half of the first round. So the whole first half of the first round of the bracket the results have been completed now. You can listen to that by listening to episode number 2 of the Hottest Woman in Wrestling Tournament. Episode 1 was a bracketology of the first half of the first round between Mikey O, Cruz, and myself. We did that. And also the polls for Block B is what we're calling the second half of round 1 are up at our website, The Average Marks. Just go to podcast, go down to HWIW tournament. All the polls are there, including pictures of each woman. So we tried to find the most provocative pictures we could find to kind of help you guys out, determine who's the hottest woman in wrestling. So please go and vote, because for some reason Facebook's not letting us post any of our stuff because
screw you, Zuckerberg.
More on that coming up. And Mikey goes mental, but
I would crush that little dude.
Well,
like, you understand if I got my hands on him, how bad it would be?
Yeah, I'm well aware. Luckily, but you don't want to, don't want to take it that far. But,
like Braun getting his hands on James Ellsworth.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Real.
Yeah, and real IRL. But so go vote right now at our website, AverageMarks.com. It won't take you long at all. Just click a button, and the vote will tally. If you try and vote more than once, that won't work. So
you can vote once per day.
Yeah, once per day. So if you really want someone to win, go vote today. They come back tomorrow, and then the next day the polls will be open for about a week, about until Saturday or next Sunday when we do the results for the second half of the first round, and then from there on out, every episode will be the entire round at a time. So looking forward to seeing. I tell you what, we were talking about some of the second round matchups we got from the first half of the bracket.
Fire,
man, it's going to be awesome. So definitely go catch up. Let's do the first two, or even just the second episode, because the second episode is where we have the results. So be sure to go in and listen to that right now at the Average Mark, or just AverageMarks.com. Go to the podcast tab and then go down to HWIW tournament. There's all your episodes right there, and they're not safe for work too. So we kind of let it loose a little bit there.
Yeah,
not like on the actual podcast. We have to be kid friendly.
Right, it's not family friendly.
Yeah, family friendly here. So that's what's going on with that tournament. But let's talk about what happened last weekend. Of course,
domination is what happened, Patrick.
Our last episode, we were feuding, I guess you could say, with the PW Scorecard guys. We went 3 versus 3 like we did with WrestleCast a couple of months ago, and we came out victorious.
Yes, we did.
Do you have the total scores here?
Why, Patrick? Yes, I do.
Oh, well, please, Mikey O, give us the score tallies.
Yeah, number one, we want to thank Daniel and his crew for coming on.
Yeah.
Because obviously, with being the curators of the scorecards, they had a lot more to lose than us.
Yeah.
Because we were used to losing.
Yeah, we had already lost 2 3 versus 3 battles. Even though we had the gold, we won all the gold. We had
we were used to get the crap kicked out of us by the WrestleCast crew.
Yeah, they're as far as 3, just strictly 3 versus 3, they've beaten us twice already.
Yeah.
So WrestleCast has the 3 versus 3 notch up against us, but at the same time, I'm still your NXT champ. Brink was the AMP scorecard champ. Now that belongs to Cruz, and I think WrestleCast has reclaimed their belts.
Right.
So
Stevie won it.
So yeah, Stevie won the WrestleCast belt back. So the WrestleCast belt back over on the other side of the pond, but the AMP scorecard belt still on this side, and the NXT belt still around my waist, even though it is not actually around my waist at this moment, but it is in my car and is around my waist for the record book. So a belt that I don't plan on losing anytime soon. So just to let y'all know, we're going to talk a little NXT here coming up in just a little bit. But right now we're talking about the Hell in a Cell.
Wait. I didn't get
I was about to say we're talking about the Hell in a Cell scorecard battle.
You got to keep me in check.
Mikey O has the individual results for the 3 versus 3, and then them all tallied up.
Right. So for the PWS crew, and you need to check them out on, and I think every time they were on here, they were so cool because every time I said their Twitter handle wrong and they didn't correct me.
Yeah, I wanted to correct you, but I was like,
you should have, dude.
Well, I thought about it, but
as long as I
wasn't sure if it was right or not. I was like, I think that's wrong because I think it's just PW Scorecards. You were saying PWS Scorecards.
Yes.
But I think if you type in PWS, more than likely it's already going to pop up. And even if you type in the XJS,
or if you write in Pro Wrestling Scorecards, it'll show up.
Yeah, but go check them out. They do a really good job.
Twitter has their stuff together, Mark Zuckerberg.
Well, that's not Mark Zuckerberg.
I'm saying Twitter's got their stuff together.
Oh, Twitter has. Okay. So, but yeah, go check them out on Twitter, PW Scorecards. Really cool stuff that they're doing for every pay-per-view. I think they said down the line, I asked them if they're going to do some for like New Japan shows and stuff, and they're thinking about it. They did one for All In, which I'm the All In champion too, by the way. Just saying.
You're just racking up.
Yeah, I'm on a roll. When it comes to non-WWE main roster events, I'm on a roll right now. Like I think I've won everything that has not been a WWE main roster event scorecard so far.
Which sucks for you because that's the majority of them.
Yeah, you're right. But So yeah, but coming up, we have Super Showdown coming up here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to throw that in here somewhere. We're going to go over the card for that as well. That's coming up in a couple of weeks. But the Hell in a Cell scorecard battle. You got the scores?
Yeah. Marcus is live with us on YouTube. He says Cruz cheats.
Hashtag. Does that say hashtag Cruz cheats?
Yeah.
Well, Cruz, I don't understand. Cruz, he still calls himself hashtag the new guy, but at what point do you stop being the new guy? I guess unless we get a newer guy in here. But Cruz is the AMP scorecard champ right now. I think they have a Kashada League going at work, too. Yeah. I think he's the Kashada League champion, too. So he's a double champ, but he's not the NXT champ. That's all me. So, but let's go ahead and give him the scores.
All right, here we go. So with the Pro Wrestling Scorecards crew, check them out on Twitter at PW Scorecards. They almost did it again. PW Scorecards.
You'll get it. Don't worry.
Ramon scored an 89. Daniel scored a 70, and Jesse scored a 69.
Nice.
Shout out. For a total of 228 points.
Okay.
Now your boys from the AMP crew scored an even 100. Went bicentennial on it.
You blew us out of the water.
Patrick scored a 78, and Brink scored a 71 for a whopping total of 249.
So we beat them by, 21 points?
Yes.
So a 21-point victory for the AMP guys.
Yeah, we laid the smack down.
And we will gladly, I'm going to go ahead and say this now, we will gladly accept a rematch anywhere, anytime, if the PW scorecard guys want a rematch. So
especially if you fly us out to Vegas.
Well, okay, I'll take that too, but it is not, not mandatory that you do that, but certainly, would love, even if it's not, going head to head on the scorecards, would love to have the PW scorecard guys on the podcast at any time. Really cool guys. What they're doing with the scorecards for the pay-per-views is really awesome. It's really fun. If you haven't, done so yet, go check them out. They're still growing. They're still, really evolving, and they're really cool guys. Would love, like I said, anytime they want to go, head to head again, would be more than happy to. Even if we did somehow down the line, I'd love to set up a 3-way between WrestleCast, PW Score.
I'm sure you would.
A 3-way, yes, a triple threat. Triple threat is what I meant. A triple threat between PW Scorecards, the AMP crew, and WrestleCast. That would be really, really fun. Maybe for Survivor Series. We'll get in talks with all those guys, see what they think, and who knows, man, we can have a big old party for the Survivor Series preview show. Of course, we got 2 big events between now and then. You got Super Showdown in Australia, and then now the newly announced WWE Crown Jewel that will be happening November 2nd in Saudi Arabia. So we're looking forward. I'm pretty sure they're going to do scorecards for those 2 big events as well. But Survivor Series obviously is the big one. So that's just what's coming up WWE wise here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, Cruz and Marcus are getting on some YouTube heat right here.
Oh, really?
They're going back and forth.
And who replied there on the stream? Who's that second person?
I think that's Cruz.
Oh, so Cruz is in the YouTube live stream right now, going back and forth with Marcus. So that's some interesting stuff there. What are they saying?
Cruz put down a hashtag, which it's really confusing, but it seems like Marcus can't handle the king, and then something. And then Marcus says, "Just wait, Cruz. The ring is coming home to daddy." And then Cruz says, "Oh, you called me daddy."
So some good friendly chatter going on between Marcus and Cruz. They're currently on our YouTube live stream. Go to our YouTube channel too as well. Check out some of our old videos and everything. Our live streams are up there as well when we record the show like we're doing right now. Let's go ahead now. We talked about the scorecard battle. Let's talk about Hell in a Cell as the pay-per-view itself. Let me pull up the results here. Big E and Kofi Kingston defeated Aiden English and Rusev for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in the pre-show. Randy Orton defeated Jeff Hardy inside Hell in a Cell. Becky Lynch defeated Charlotte Flair via pinfall to become the new SmackDown Women's Champion. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre defeated Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins to retain, the Raw Tag Team Championships. AJ Styles defeated Samoa Joe via pinfall to retain. I got the hiccups now. To retain the WWE Championship. Maurice and The Miz defeated Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. Ronda Rousey submitted Alexa Bliss to retain the Raw Women's Championship, and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman fought to a no contest, a draw, as Brock Lesnar decided to show up, kick the Hell in a Cell door down, Pepper spray was sprayed into the eyes of Mick Foley by Paul Heyman. I believe that was pepper spray at least. Brock beat down, and Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman beat him up with pieces of tables, and that match ended in a no contest. So a couple of things that I'm taking away from this pay-per-view. First of all, Brock Lesnar is still around. I don't think anybody really expected to see him there. I know there was rumors, obviously, before the pay-per-view went on the air that Brock was in San Antonio, and I'm thinking to myself, there's no way he went all the way down to San Antonio to not show up on the show, and that's exactly what happened.
Didn't he get paid like $600,000 to be there? Isn't that his going rate? To kick in a cage and strangle a dude?
I'm not sure what his going rate is, but nonetheless, he was there. Now, Braun Strowman is no longer Mr. Money in the Bank or Monster in the Bank, whatever you're calling him, but so Braun doesn't have that anymore. Roman is still the Universal Champ. So, but that Universal Championship will now be defended in a triple threat match at WWE Crown Jewel. It'll be Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Roman Reigns, which is interesting because, we all thought Brock was going to UFC to fight Daniel Cormier, which I think is still on the table, but we won't see Brock fighting Daniel, I think, probably until the very earliest in January. So I guess now you get one more big match out of him, out of the big show in Saudi Arabia. And because I don't think they're going to need him for Survivor Series, because more than likely Survivor Series will be champions versus champions. And Brock, in my early opinion here, will not be champion after Crown Jewel. So that's what's going down at Crown Jewel. But first, before that, we had Hell in a Cell, of course, last weekend. That's just it was very interesting. I'm kind of upset that we didn't get a finish to that match. Whether even if Roman still, gets out of there, we needed a finish to that match. I don't know, just we needed a finish. We didn't need a no contest, a draw. I didn't like that. Match was pretty good, but it needed a pinfall or something to finish that match.
I think you have to, because realistically, who can beat Braun? They built him up to be such a monster.
Yeah, and right now they're just trying to find creative ways to keep the title off of him. The title's coming to him. We just don't know. Right. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. We just don't know when that's going to be. But right now they're just trying to prolong. It's like a slow burn. They're trying to prolong that as long as possible. Maybe he walks out of Saudi Arabia as the Universal Champ. He walked out of Saudi Arabia last time as the greatest Royal Rumble winner, and with that belt he won. So we'll see what happens here. Braun's had a good first showing in Saudi Arabia back in April. It'll be interesting to see what he shows coming up in a couple of months there. But another thing that was interesting about the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was the finish of the Jeff Hardy-Randy Orton match, where Jeff Hardy was hanging from the top of the cell and he fell what seemed to be face first into a table, and basically they were calling for the EMTs, a stretcher, and all that stuff, and Randy Orton said, Randy Orton pinned him, and the referee just pinned 1, 2, 3, and that was it. And it was a weird finish to that match. I don't know if it was legit, but I don't think it was. I think it was just a work. But nonetheless, Randy Orton got the victory over Jeff Hardy. Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre retained the Raw Tag Team Championships. I like that. I didn't think there was a chance they were going to put the SmackDown Tag Team titles on Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, because then the Shield would have had every single major title on Monday Night Raw, the Universal, Intercontinental, and the Raw Tag Team titles. So no surprise there. AJ Styles finally pinning Samoa Joe. Not sure if that feud's going to be over with or not. I don't think it is. And then Maurice and The Miz defeating Brie Bella and Daniel Bryan. That one was a little interesting. Of course, the last time Maurice and The Miz were in a mixed tag team match, they lost to John Cena and Nikki Bella, the other Bella. So a little bit of a surprise there. I thought Daniel and Brie would have won, especially since Miz won at SummerSlam. That feud is certainly not over. They're going to fight each other at Super Showdown. The winner gets a WWE title shot, which now that I'm thinking about it, the WWE title will be on the line. It will be AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship at Super Showdown. So basically the winner of that match and the winner of Daniel Bryan and The Miz at Super Showdown, that winner of that will face off maybe at Crown Jewel. I would think it'll be a Crown Jewel in Saudi Arabia, so that will be interesting as well. But yeah, Hell in a Cell overall, I say it was a pretty solid pay-per-view. I enjoyed it. Nothing really crazy happened. Ronda retained the belt. Alexa now is injured. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. Ronda retains the belt, And what was her longest match of probably her career, almost a 12-minute match, 11:58 to be exact. And then Becky Lynch, new SmackDown Women's champion, too. Becky Lynch finally reclaiming that belt. That's been really one of the better feuds in the past couple of months. Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair on I tell you what, on SmackDown, Becky Lynch basically was telling Charlotte, you got to call me queen now.
Oh,
Charlotte didn't like that. They brawled a little bit, and Becky called her the B word and you know stuff. So overall, Hell in a Cell, really good pay-per-view. Looking forward to a Super Showdown coming up in a couple of weeks.
But I'll tell you what, they're still screwing around with the two guys who want to quit, Daniel Bryan and Rusev. Like, they're not giving these dudes any love.
No, they're not.
You stick Rusev
Daniel Bryan's
on the
going to
daggum
be.
pre-show.
I think Daniel Bryan's going to be around now for a couple of years. It's safe to say his contract expired. I think didn't we get an official word that he had signed a new contract, or did we not?
Was that coming from Meltzer?
I don't know who it's coming from.
Or was it WrestlingSourceNews.com?
Honestly, it might have been.
But it hasn't been published by WWE, has it?
No, I don't think it has. So, but right now, I mean, it looks like Daniel Bryan's there. So I don't know how long he's going to be there, but he's there for the time being, and he's going to be there through at least Super Showdown because he has a match with The Miz at Super Showdown in Australia. So looking forward to that.
Now, you also said something about Brock Lesnar going to fight Daniel Cormier in the UFC. Did you see the press conference with Conor McGregor and Khabib?
I did. Conor McGregor did not let Khabib get a word in edgewise.
But Khabib was as cool as the other side of the pillow.
As far as anybody that Conor's faced yet, other than maybe Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz was kind of cool, but Nate Diaz just kind of is a thug. So he just kind of claps back at Conor, just like, F you, whatever, I don't care. And he doesn't care. He's right now giving, Conor McGregor his biggest challenge to date. So but I like the way Khabib, he kind of clapped back at McGregor just a little bit, not too much, but he didn't really seem to be fazed by what Conor McGregor had to say, which really has been the strong point of Conor McGregor's game, getting in the minds of his opponents by all the trash talking he does.
Yeah, this dude sparred with a bear when he was like 6. You can't phase this guy.
Nope.
All right, that's what I wanted to say. I mean, the guy's a stone cold killer.
Yeah. Let's move on. You ready to move on now?
Let's move on.
Let's move on to our next topic of discussion here. That is the interesting pairing that they've had on Raw between Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley. Lio Rush is pretty much Bobby Lashley's manager now, and I kind of like that move. You're a big Lio Rush fan. You're a big fan of his. They had a segment Monday Night on Raw. Bobby Lashley was in the ring, and then Kevin Owens comes out, wants to try and destroy Lio Rush, and Lio Rush hops over him, evades him with his quickness and agility and all that stuff. Runs down to the ring, and Elias gets a hold of him, but Bobby Lashley saves him. Next thing you know, Bobby Lashley's picking up Lio Rush like it's nothing and throwing him on top of Owens and and Elias. So, it sucks that Bobby Lashley is still kind of messing around with the mid-carders, but giving him Lio Rush as a manager, it's an interesting and I'd say a creative move, to say the least. Certainly not one that was very expected, but, hey, well, let's see what Lio Rush can do, kind of help Bobby Lashley, maybe push him over, get him that much over a little bit more. So it's going to be an interesting pairing going forward. I like it. I would like to see where it's going to go from here. But, yeah, certainly it'll be very, very interesting to see that pairing between Lio Rush and Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, it seems like, and this comes from experience, it seems like it's going to be the small dog and the big dog effect, because I remember a long time ago walking on the High Lines, and this little bitty old yapper came out, and I was like, "Oh, look at this little dog." So I started, hitting my foot at him. Then his big friends came. I think that's what it's going to be about. It's mostly going to be Lashley saving Leo's mouth.
Yeah. Well, Lio could also be the mouthpiece, and somebody was talking about how, what if now that Lesnar apparently is still hanging around, what if down the line we get Lashley and Lesnar? They were talking about they would love to see the promo between Lio Rush and Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
That'd be a pretty cool something to see. So right now, though, it looks like Lashley is feuding with, the likes of Elias and Kevin Owens. So maybe somewhere down the line we get a tag team match, Elias and Owens and Lashley and Rush.
Right.
That'd be kind of interesting, too. but it's just an interesting pairing. It's kind of random. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, I don't know what to think of it yet. It's still early. Then I want to see where it goes.
You calling Kevin Owens a mid-carder?
Right now, he's in the mid card. Yeah,
Dang.
I mean, he's a top card talent, but right now he's in the mid card.
Yeah.
There's no other way to he had his thing with Braun, and now he's messing around with Bobby Lashley, who also is in the mid card right now. I mean, as bad as that may sound, it's the truth.
Gotcha.
Well, what is Marcus and Cruz saying in the chat here?
Cruz says that's because Nate Diaz was high. That's why he didn't care.
Oh, dude, I remember. I think it was. They might have been in Austin, Texas, for a UFC event. And Nate Diaz was like in the crowd, and they showed Nate Diaz, and like he had a blunt in his hand, and was like getting ready to spark it, like when the camera was on him.
Puff, puff, give.
Like Nate Diaz gives 0 Fs. Like it's unbelievable how many Fs he does not give. It's
That's
crazy.
Stockton, son.
Yeah, you're right. So, ready to move on to our next topic. We're kind of moving along here.
Let's do it. Move right along.
Pete Dunne versus Ricochet on Wednesday night in NXT. This was title for title. I was really excited about this. I didn't get a chance to watch it until Thursday morning, but I watched it. Fantastic match. But in my opinion, as good of a match as it was, I feel like they held back a little bit. I feel Ricochet and Pete Dunne, they held back a little bit, even though the technical wrestling, the ground game, all that, they did some great moves. There was one great spot where Ricochet does like this crazy DDT. It was real cool. But eventually the match ended in a draw because the Undisputed Era came out, and Adam Cole, Bebe, and along with Roderick Strong and it's not Bobby Fish, it's
Kyle O'Reilly.
Kyle O'Reilly came out and interrupted the match. So I don't think we've seen the last of Pete Dunne and Ricochet, but hey, look, getting the Undisputed Era involved.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I like the Undisputed Era too. So it was a really good match. Everybody was real hyped about it. But I'm not surprised that they went with the the interference, and because that's a big time match, big time stipulation, title for title to have just on NXT taping. That has to happen like at a War Games or something like that. So certainly now that I think about it, at the time I was like, man, I can't believe they did that. But now I was like, you know what? Not surprised that they went that route. And
so you can build up to
build up to it. That, because if you get them two in the ring at War Games, they're gonna they won't hold anything back, like I think they were kind of doing on a Wednesday night in NXT. They were held back just a little bit, not by much, but there's plenty more of those two guys have in store for one another.
Yeah, man, that would be a great, like the cage match with the 2 rings, and you got Ricochet, Pete Dunne, and then 2 of the guys, whoever they want to send in from Undisputed Era, just let them fight it out.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Yeah, that'd be really sweet. So I think they'll fight again at some point, whether it be title for title, I don't know, because Pete Dunne's been the UK champion now for a decade, I think. I mean,
Close to it.
And Ricochet, obviously, fresh off his title win back at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, was it, huh? Or did he win it at?
You got me.
Trying to remember when he won it. No, I think he won it back at Chicago. Because he fought Velveteen Dream. When did he fought Adam Cole at that's what it was. I think it was at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn. So he beat Adam Cole Bebe, excuse me. I think I just said Adam Cole instead of Adam Cole Bebe. So looking forward to seeing what Pete Dunne and Ricochet can do going forward. I would love to see a title for title match, because you have, and what's interesting though, I found, is the way the announcers announce these titles. The North American title is the NXT North American Championship, but the UK Championship is the WWE UK Championship. So, which I know they're building their Marcus Talbot says "Baby" in the chat. But I know that they're trying to build a brand over in the UK, like NXT UK. So maybe they'll change that to the NXT UK and have Pete Dunne as like the face of that brand. But right now, somewhere down the line, maybe at War Games, or maybe even Takeover before Rumble, we could see those two fighting. Because if Pete Dunne's held the belt this long, I could see him holding the belt until then. I can also see Ricochet holding the belt until then easily,
right?
Because he's like I said, fresh off the newly won title. So that's going to be an interesting feud going forward. Let's move forward now.
Mhm.
I'm going to quickly go over the Super Showdown card. I got to pull it up here real quick. That's going to take place. Showdown.
That sounds like a name for like an indie show.
Well, this ain't gonna be no indie show by any means, but the internet here
Super Showdown
kind of sucks, so it's just gonna take a minute. I'm just gonna have to pull it up on my phone.
Yeah, put it up on your mobile device there, yeah.
But yeah, this is gonna be. Oh, never mind. Hold on, it popped up here. So this is gonna take place October the 6th. That's a Saturday. It's gonna probably air early on a Saturday morning for us here in the States. So if I get up early enough, which I doubt I will, about to say I can watch that before starting to watch College Game Day on a Saturday morning. But that'll happen. I might wait till that Sunday to watch it. Honestly, though, that's just me. Because that's what I had to do for the Saudi Arabia show.
Mhm.
I was at Jazz Fest that day. I had to wait till the next morning to watch it. If my computer or this internet would ever allow me to get to the Super Showdown page where I can look at the match card. Well, we do know for sure. For the last time ever, it's going to be Triple H versus The Undertaker. And
Should
now,
just say for the last time ever.
yeah,
Come on.
that's what they're building it as.
Well, I mean, of course they are, but I mean, come on.
Well, we'll wait and find out. But I can no longer wait and find out when this page is going to load up. So I will pull it up here on my phone and pull up the match card. Just give me a second.
Oh yeah.
Sorry that I'm stalling here.
No, follow us on social media at the AverageMarks, Twitter, Facebook. It's there. You know what I don't get about Twitter? We fluctuate so much on Twitter. We'll have 164 followers, then the next day, maybe not even the same day, 160, back up to 161 the next day. I don't get it.
We get a lot of likes on Facebook though.
Yeah, and those stay. Like Twitter people are petty. I don't know why they're unfollowing us.
I don't know.
It's like we don't post all the time.
All right, here is the match card for WWE Super Showdown on October the 6th. Triple H versus The Undertaker. Triple H will have Shawn Michaels in his corner. The Undertaker will have the new mayor of Knox County, Kane, in his corner in a singles match. I also saw, I don't know if this is official or not, but it might be a rumor. But I thought I saw something like it might have been a fan art too even, but thought somebody said Stone Cold was going to be the special guest referee for this match. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Don't know yet. Tag team match, Bobby Lashley and John Cena will be teaming up to take on Elias and Kevin Owens. So I was talking about that tag team match earlier with Leo Rush. We're going to get John Cena instead. Let's see. I'm trying to look and see.
Does that mean John Cena is now mid-card since he's going to be wrestling with a bunch of mid-carders?
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, singles match to determine the number one contender for the WWE Championship. The Shield will be taking on Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre in six-man tag team match action. The Bella Twins and Ronda Rousey, a six-woman tag team match. They'll take on the Riot Squad, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and Sarah Logan. AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. No count-out, no disqualification match for the WWE Championship. The Cruiserweights will be featured also in Australia. Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy.
How many times are we going to get that match?
Yeah, we got that match at the Civic Center back in June over here in Lake Charles. Tag team match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day versus Sheamus and Cesaro. Also, Asuka and Naomi will take on the Iconics. And then Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair, singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. So 10 matches.
I'll tell you what, when the Iconics came up, boy, I thought they were going to be, pushed pretty well because, I mean, come on, Peyton Royce. But they've just fallen off.
Well, I'll tell you what right now, bold prediction now, but of course we saw the leaked Evolution match card. I have a feeling they will be the first women's tag team champions, which they're going to be implementing those belts very, very soon.
Do you think they changed that card right before the show since it got leaked?
It's possible. It is possible because cards are always subject to change, but I think as long as nobody gets hurt, they're going to go with what they had. They don't care. They don't care. But I would call it now. The Iconics will be the first women's tag team champions.
Okay.
That's
a good choice. I like that.
My predictions.
I mean, Peyton Royce, come on.
So yeah, that is the super. That was the Super Showdown card there that we just went over, and of course that's coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm sure we'll try and have a preview show for that. It depends. It's a Saturday show, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting.
It's gonna be at the National Guard Armory down there. A little indie show.
No, it's gonna be. I don't know. I don't even know. Let's see where they're having it at. They're having it at
some big old arena.
Melbourne Cricket Ground is the venue.
Yeah,
the venue. Let me look at it here real
I think
quick.
It's the biggest stadium they got.
I say yeah, it's a pretty big stadium. Let me. I want to pull it up here. I'm gonna pull up the.
We're gonna have to wait on that, huh?
No, it's moving along quite quickly now. I think, hopefully. But I think I did see pictures of this arena. It's a really big arena, like similar to the one they went in Saudi Arabia, which was huge as well. And we're gonna have to wait. I think because it's just ticking, waiting for Wikipedia.org, waiting.
Geez.
So we'll get back to that here in just a second. But in the meantime, I think it's time for Mikey Goes Mental.
Oh, is it already?
I think it's time for Mikey Goes Mental. And if this pops up before you go mental, here we go.
Well, I may have to do a two-parter, one on the internet company.
Okay, well, check out the capacity of this building, 100,024 people.
Wow.
Record attendance is 100,021.
That's a big joint.
So WWE I don't know if they're going to put 100,000 people in here. They'll put...
Well, you know what? It's a sporting event that's usually held in there, possibly, right? So they're not putting people on the field. So they're going to have chairs on the field where the field usually is. So they're going to break that
but
easy.
They might also take some seats out from where behind the entrance.
And it's Australia. What happens down there anyway? Everybody's going to this. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah. When's the last? Yeah, like you're not going to have this big of a show in Australia again for maybe a while.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They're going back to Saudi Arabia after about 6 months. So who knows? But now it's time for Mikey Goes Mental.
Okay. Yeah, so this is where I got a little something to say, and I say it. So this one requires a little backstory. So we like to share our stuff on wrestling groups on Facebook. And you think that would be okay to share wrestling content on Facebook groups, but apparently that's taboo. Apparently you shouldn't share wrestling-related content on wrestling groups on Facebook. Here's how it started. We like to shout out birthdays of current wrestlers and legends, right? We like to share those.
Of course.
It gets us good traction. That's number one. But number two, people love seeing their wrestling heroes' birthdays.
And you know how old some of them are.
Exactly. Because you get comments, oh, man, I had no idea he was 35 or 72 or whatever. It all started out with Jim Cornette. I posted Jim Cornette in all the groups that I frequent. And then there's this one group. I won't shout it out because I like the group. It has over 10,000 people in it. So obviously it's a good sized group. We want to post our material there, right? So there's this other group or this other, I don't know if they're a podcast or just a website, but they're called Pro Wrestling Guru, PW Guru. They had posted sort of what I posted with the same exact picture that I posted. One of the admins on this group, whose name is Randy, I'll shout him out. Randy posted, I don't know who these AverageMarks guys are, but why are they stealing PW Guru's post? Ooh. So then I go in dick mode real quick. I look at the timestamp on the PW Guru post 44 minutes ago. Oh, I beat that. I go to my timestamp 2 hours ago. So an hour and 15 minutes before they posted that, I posted it. So I took a little screenshot of ours. And at that time, he had already deleted my Jim Cornette. I go back to his comment of the PW Guru one that he shared, and I said, hey, before you open your stupid mouth, do some homework, son. Mm-hmm. And then I put the picture on there. Right?
Yeah.
So then he deleted my comment there. And then I would have to say 3 minutes after that, I was banned for a week from posting on any group on Facebook.
And now apparently we're banned again. It looks like
yes,
another week for something. I don't know.
So obviously it was this little wiener named Randy who got chapped and blocked your boys. Look, I don't know who you think you are, dude. You're just an admin on a wrestling group on Facebook. And if people can't post birthdays of wrestling performers on your site, then why do you even have it up?
Yeah, bro.
It's just a birthday. It's not me saying, hey, come like my group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even though we're getting tons of likes off these birthdays, which is really nice, but I'm not soliciting that. I'm just saying the AMP crew wishes a happy birthday to Jim Cornette. I put a little picture of him. Now, fast forward to today, Patrick, and I'm thinking it's this same guy. I'm going to have to see if he's on the Gorilla Position group. Because I know Ryan
Do you investigating, son?
Yeah, because I know Ryan K. Bowman and Michael Melkor wouldn't do this. So the only group we got released today at 7:40 a.m. Right before we did the Hottest Woman in Wrestling tournament, I shared that we were going live on our Discord on the Gorilla Position. He must have saw that, and I bet you he reported me again. Because now we're not able to post in a group, even the ones that I own, because I've already tried that, for another week.
Unbelievable. But you know what? Hey, we're getting all these likes and stuff. So you know what? If you want to report us, go ahead. We don't care. Because look, at the end of the day, our product is to put out this podcast, and you can't block this podcast, brother. You can't block people from listening to us.
But I just get the haters out there, especially this little douche named Randy. I mean,
he's threatened. He's threatened because the average marks are taking over, man.
Yeah, what kind of power trip are you on, dude? Like legit, I want to set up a celebrity boxing tournament with me and you, and I want to kick the crap out of you.
I'd pay to see that.
Like
not a lot of money, but I'd pay to see that.
Yeah, and this is all over Facebook groups. I don't get it. I don't get the hate.
Some people just, I think some people just have nothing better to do with themselves.
No, apparently he doesn't. By looking from his picture, he's a very lonely man. So he's probably on this group all the time, hawkeyeing it.
Yeah, just
I don't even know why he's an admin.
Sitting in mama's basement, on his 1998 Gateway computer, surfing the Internet Explorer 97. On Facebook.
On dial-up.
Yeah, on freaking dial-up internet.
On net zero.
Saying, honey, can you get off the internet? I'm expecting a phone call.
No.
No, Mom, I have to sit here and report, not I have to report all these people for posting random stuff, Mom.
Yeah, it's going to take 3 minutes for this report to go through on the net zero. What a jerk.
I think Marcus said he'd pay to see that too.
Dude, I'm telling you.
You should go into the group and just call them out.
Well, I can't now. I got to wait a week.
That's true. Well, we called them out here, so.
Yeah.
Right. Wait, well, just don't even, don't post anything. Well, of course, you can't post anything for a week, but hey, I just go in there and call them out. Say, hey, whoever the F is, reporting our stuff, can you knock it off?
Yeah.
Then
I'll probably get banned from the group.
Mind your own damn business,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm going to do a little sleuthing work to see if he's on the Gorilla Position because
I
know the people who run that wouldn't have reported me for that.
No, absolutely
We're part of the Roar Network.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, of course.
All right, what we got next, Patrick?
We got Rumor Mill next.
Oh, nice.
We got Rumor Mill, and you got a few things in Rumor Mill we can discuss.
Yeah, that's right. So the word has been going around the interwebs that there might be an AJ Lee return. Would you mark out for that?
Yeah, oh, hell yeah, I would.
Oh, I would too, dude.
Hell yeah, I would.
Boy, I love me some AJ Lee.
Now, when and where could this possible return be?
Well, they're saying, and by they, I mean Unc Dave.
Oh, okay.
So you know how credible this is right off the bat.
Yeah.
When you say yeah, are you saying it's credible or you're saying it's not because it's Dave Meltzer?
I don't know. I mean, right now, I'll just take it for what it's worth.
Okay. So AJ Lee responded to a tweet about a match of hers in WWE. It's getting some talk on the internet because apparently Dave Meltzer said it, that she was going to be making a return in Working Evolution. But she says, not so fast, Unc Dave. I don't know about this.
I don't think we're going to see an AJ Lee return. I believe they reached out to her because they did put that poll out a few weeks ago, and they were talking about who you want to see return, and she wanted a blow away. So I think they contacted her, but I don't think she's interested in.
No matter what kind of money you can pay this chick, Triple H, she doesn't need it because CM Punk is balling for getting beat up, And number two, they're probably both still salty about the way you treated them.
Yep. So there's that. I don't think we're going to see AJ Lee back in a WWE ring, at least not, this year.
Right.
But you never say never in wrestling, so.
That would be nice.
Would be very nice.
Like if her music had just hit out of the blue.
Let's light it up.
Man, that would be
like
sweet. All right, moving on. Alexa Bliss is apparently experiencing numbness in her arm, and that's why she's pulled from the Mixed Match Challenge. Did I say that right? Mixed Match Challenge.
You said it right the second time. Yeah.
Says the Observer. So take it with a grain of salt, I guess. Just throwing some shade at Dave.
Oh, yeah. As per usual.
So it says she's able to do some stuff, and she won't miss television, but that's why she can't wrestle in full right now.
Yeah, when it comes to like the nerves and stuff and having numbness like that, especially at her age, she's very young.
Yeah.
She's younger than me. It's you gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, man. My wife, she's had some nerve damage, and the backside of her right leg and her foot has been numb for like 5 years now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she can't feel her foot. And sometimes when I stay on the toilet too long,
oh no,
and my foot goes numb or my leg goes numb,
mm-hmm.
I can't walk, dude. Like
there was one time I was at a place I used to work, and I was kind of laying on the couch, and the way I was laying, like
hold up, you were laying on the couch at work?
It was a very laid back job.
That's dope.
It was a very laid back, low paying job, but I was laying on the couch, and I had my leg. I had like my left leg kind of up on top of my right leg in a way where like I guess it cut off the circulation. It fell asleep, and I remember I got up to stand on that, and I put it was my right leg, and I'm right hand dominant. So like I went to take a step, and like I collapsed.
Oh wow!
Because I could not feel my leg because it was cutting off the circulation. It fell asleep, and that was, oh my Lord. And I shook it off for a minute. I took another step, fell again, and then so I know that's like, that deal with that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So she's only got one wing. That's not good.
Yeah,
obviously,
so she'll be okay.
When you have these other performers' safety in your hands, when you're performing moves and stuff like that. So
yeah, it's a good move to take her out of the Mixed Match Challenge. Evaluate her, see what's up, and hopefully she'll be back. Soon.
Right, and now we have some credible rumors coming from Mike Johnson and the boys at PW Insider.
Yep.
But you're on cruise control, aren't you? You're a little tired.
I
can see it all over you.
Yeah,
you're just waiting for this to end.
No, I mean, I don't want to make it sound like that. I'm just, hey, look, I'm here. We're rolling through whatever we're rolling through, and then I got to go to the store. And then I'm going home, and I don't know.
Had to work that Saints game today, huh?
Yeah, to work the Saints game today.
Yeah, it sounded good though.
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
it always sounds good when I run.
It's real tight.
And then we did the AMP Hottest Woman Tournament thing, and then this. So it's just.
So you've been putting it in. You've been putting in the hours.
And then like tomorrow, it's back to work. Monday morning, 8 a.m. For you, it's a little earlier, but I've been putting in the hours.
So PW Insider notes that EC3 was at the NXT TV tapings this week, and then he's cleared to be in the return. So we should be seeing him pretty soon.
I honestly didn't even know he was hurt.
Probably because they, like you're saying, they can 3 or 4 episodes in advance.
Yeah.
So he may got hurt on that last episode. So a few weeks of healing and he's good.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's glad he's back. He's one of their top talents in NXT. And
so for the next 3 or 4 episodes, you probably won't see him.
Maybe not, but I mean, who knows? But either way, he's one of their top talents. Good to see him back in NXT. He's gonna be that guy. I think at the very latest WrestleMania next year, he's going to get called up.
I hope so. I've always, I would have to say I enjoyed his work at Impact, and that's where he really flourished with his character, EC3. And I'm glad that they didn't rename him back to Daryl Bateman or whatever his name was. I'm glad they kept the EC3 gimmick. I like it.
Certainly.
All right, that's it for Rumor Mill.
That's it. I ain't got nothing else. What's so funny?
You're so tired.
It's not that I'm tired.
You're going Nick Diaz on me.
No, because I'm not. No, because if I was tired, I'd be like dozing off here. Like my body is like just has no energy.
I keep wanting to get this like left side rib cramp right here.
Like I said, I could sit here for another hour and talk, but it's just my body, and then maybe the sound of my voice is just like.
I got to stand up. YouTube's got to see my big belly right here.
So like I said, go go to our website, AverageMarks.com. Go to the podcast tab. Click on Hottest Woman in Wrestling Tournament. Go cast your votes. We want to hear you. We want to hear from the fans. After the first round, I will, give a little bit of a spoiler, but out of the, I think we had 16 matchups. Probably about 5 or 6 of them went down to the fan vote.
Yeah.
So certainly, guys, your votes count. Because you could very well be, and we talked about the second round matchups, how good and evenly matched those are going to be.
I got a feeling a ton of those are going to be split, and the fans are going to be the difference.
Yeah, so like we said, we had average about 40 votes per matchup, so we want to see that number go up this go around, guys. So please,
But thanks to Randy, we can't share it on Facebook.
Yeah, we're going to share it on Twitter, I guess.
So if you would. Dadgummit. So if you would go to our Facebook page and share it. So that would help out a lot.
So you're certain it was this guy named Randy?
I'm sure. I mean, who else would do that to us?
I don't know, but I was about to say, because if you're certain it was Randy, I was going to say, after you go and vote for the hottest woman in wrestling tournament, go to some of these groups and give a big FU to Randy.
Yeah, admin Randy.
Yeah, admin Randy.
Screw you, dude.
Yeah, it's not Randy Orton. Don't worry, you won't get.
No,
RKO'd.
I wouldn't say that to him.
You won't get RKO'd from it. So, but yeah, go send a big FU to Randy. Yeah, send a big FU to Randy. He needs to worry about probably, I don't know. He needs to worry about cleaning his mom's basement or something instead of worrying about what we're posting in wrestling groups.
Right. He needs to go worry about his Magic card deck. And look. If you play Magic, I'm not throwing shade on you. I'm just trying to throw shade on this dude.
Don't worry about your Yu-Gi-Oh card collection, buddy.
Yeah.
Pokemon card collection.
Yeah, go play some Pokemon Go.
Or your Power Ranger action figures.
What a nerd.
So, yeah, nothing better to do than to, report stuff that, it's like, I don't know. It kind of annoys me now. You got me annoyed a little bit, but, just mind your own business. Like, I could care, if I'm I almost want to be an admin to one of these groups because I really wouldn't care. I guess as long as it's wrestling related, I wouldn't care.
Yeah, and
especially now, if I come in here posting no MMA stuff, I'd probably say, okay, yeah, get the hell out of here with that. But if you coming in posting wrestlers' birthdays, even if you're promoting your show, I wouldn't even care as long as it's about pro wrestling.
Well, a lot of them have a lot of rules against shows promoting themselves.
Yeah,
but I mean, come on, we were wishing Jim Cornette happy birthday.
Yeah, it's totally up to y'all if you guys want to come like our Facebook page and listen to our show. We do appreciate everyone that does do that. But at the end of the day, we only have 200 something likes. That's so many people still that don't like our show. So we don't care. If you like us, you like us. If you don't, you don't. But, don't sit here and try and rain on our parade when we're just trying to put some content out there for everybody.
Yeah, look, Randy, I know it's hard for you in life, bro. But just check out backpage.com and it will all get better.
I was going to say you can go to Grindr. You go to Grindr.
Yeah.
Hey, go check out Grindr if Backpage don't work, which you probably won't with your piss poor attitude. So I think I cursed there, but I guess we can get away with that word. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's a timestamp like 51:35. So
that's all good.
If you want to edit it. All right. So I think that's pretty much it. Like you said, I'm in cruise control here. So Ryan, go ahead and take us home, brother.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mikey O, take us home, brother.
Boy, I tell you what, I'm going to have to get like a name placard and put it up here. Since I'm going
wear a shirt that says my name is Mikey O.
Since I'm going kayfabe. That might be a pretty cool shirt idea.
I need to sort of even when we're not doing the show, call you Mikey. So that I can just get used to it. Yeah. I'm used to calling you Ryan because when you first got here, you were Ryan, Ryan Keith. And then the podcast, you were Ryan Keith. So now just a creature of habit.
Yeah, you're right. All right, check us out on social media at the AverageMarks. That's Twitter and Facebook. Go ahead and slap us a like if you haven't done it already. If you're listening to us on the iTunes, make sure you give us a like, you subscribe, and you comment on this episode. That's going to help us get in the algorithm and get suggested to other pro wrestling fans. And if the internet is correct, which it normally is, iTunes is where it's at for podcasts. So we really want to flourish on iTunes. But no matter where you listen to us, if you have an Android device, man, we are everywhere. Go to AverageMarks.com. Almost burped there.
I had the hiccups a while ago.
I had to hold it back.
Mysteriously disappeared, which I'm cool with. So
AverageMarks.com. That's your central hub, and that's also where you can find our Hottest Woman in Wrestling Tournament. Episode 1 and 2 are up. The new Block B polls are up. Go vote and share it on your social media, folks.
Just be careful. Don't share it in any pro wrestling groups because Randy will report you.
He'll ban you. Oh, they got the trolls working on me now, huh?
Randy the Pansy will
will
report your
Mom, I can't come up for dinner. I gotta go to war.
Oh, Mom, they got people posted more stuff in this wrestling group that I gotta report, Mom. Just leave dinner out for me. I don't care if it gets cold.
Yeah, and I know you're not an admin on the one that I posted on today, so it's like you're like extra nosy, dude. Like your pettiness level just moved up like 200%. It's like
you should have been a cheap heat, man. This dude's getting some cheap heat.
Yeah, it's like you need to cup check yourself, bro. I don't get it. All right, let's get out of here, Patrick.
Outro.
Oh man, I should sleep good tonight.
What did Mom want, babe?
She wanted to know what time we're gonna leave in your hair soft.
Oh, Chloe.
Have you ever felt your hair?
What was it? Oh snap!
Yeah, pat attack.
Oh yeah.
All right, Marcus. Thanks for tuning in, brother. Chloe. So we're out.